breaking news or whatever. They're on another one. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, gang, emergency Zoom film at 11. Same 5 goons, same deranged obsession. This changes everything. Bro, it's page 47 of emotion they skin while half watching Yellowstone. Gang, gang. Squinting at 8 point, found like detectives. Zoom so far and the pixels are screaming for mercy. Look at this, timestamps 20, 22, my God. But they're yelling it like they just cracked Watergate. High five. Mike's been muted for 20 minutes, still barking. Circular logic, so a lot of time to seem impressive. Trust the plan, this is massive. Nah, fam, it's boilerplate and it's mid at best. Gang, gang. Self-appointed outrage, squad patting each other like they personally ended corruption. Gang. Dropping bombshell tea that's been sitting in pizza since breakfast. Gang, gang. Moral high ground speed run, they'll flip the script the second it's convenient. Gang. Same PowerPoint presentation, new day, same brain dead narration. Gang, gang. We're not obsessed, we're just passionate. 3-hour living yesterday's hoodie, passion in my ass. Why is he even breathing right now? Says the guy refreshing notifications every 14 seconds. Gang, gang. Playing lawyer on God mode, reading comprehension. Stuck in elementary, confidence in the stratosphere. Case dismissed. They're screaming to the void. Motion still pending, but go off, I guess.
Disagree? Obviously a paid shill. Actually read the filing, deep state plan. Laugh at them, you're clearly compromised too. Exist in the same zip code, suspicious behavior. Notify the group chat. Gang, 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 gang.
Tighter circle, smaller brain.
Gang, gang.
Echo chamber finally running out of oxygen. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, gang, acting the actual judge like it's group chat. Replay all meltdowns, labeled just asking questions. Got warned by the core ones, that was a suggestion. Still get it the same screed like it's strictly trash talk. Gang, gang, we're above all this drama. While screenshotting, they on meltdown for content. Preaching peace and love while actively baiting bears. And fake shock when the bear finally bites back. How could this happen?
Gang, gang.
Synchronized tantrum hours. 5 tabs open, all the same screenshot. Different zoom levels, gang, gang. Premature victory lap over legal language, still can't pause.
Gang, gang.
Standing 10 toes on business until tomorrow's filing, send them scrambling again.
Gang, gang.
Hype the claim to the moon, then ghost the chat when it ages like milk. Gang, gang.
Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang.
Refresh. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang, gang.
See y'all same time tomorrow.
Gang, gang.
Don't be late.
How's everybody doing this evening? Man, are we having fun tonight? Good to see all you fine folks here. And there's a ringing in my... it must be just me. It's something going on with my devices here. They got a little ring happening. Weird. At first I thought maybe it was like the tinnitus or something like that. You know, it's so crazy. Mods doing a great job. Yes, I love my mods almost as much as I love YouTube. I love doing this and watching people just absolutely freak out and flip out over the craziest. Whenever I say the craziest, I mean it's the craziest thing that they tend to lose their minds over. And you know, this would be one of those moments that you know they lose their minds yet again. As what's better than showing them a little bit of mutton flop.
They're sheep.
Something's up in the flock tonight. We'll stretch wrong, and if it's too tight, calling everybody sheep in the nicotine breach. But there's flop marks leading in from the beach. You bleed real loud in that gravelly croak, like a foghorn wrapped in secondhand smoke. I can't keep my eyes off favorite good grief. That fleece got draped on a greasy beef. That's a bad disguise you're wearing. There smells like ashtray, fryer grease, and despair. Crying sheep while you creep real deep. Mutton flop in wool where the lamb should sleep. Mutton flop needs an inspection. Bluff, but the flop runs deep. Your chain smoking loud and borrow cheap. You mad, you slick, you playing meek. That fleece can't hide that beach fat streak. We graze on facts, you smoking deep. Mutton flopping sheep. Yo, mutton flopping sheep. You might mouth sermons from a hay bale thrown in a rusted voice like gravel and bone. Calling folks sheep while you stuff your face, crunching chicken skins with smoker grace. You wobble around with a tusky sneer, coughing out judgment for all to hear. That halo slip, that act got weak, and the grease keeps leaking right through the fleece. Who's really posing? Who's really tame? Who waddled in here playing pasture
That's good, Roy.
games? You covered the hurt, call us naive, but the zipper screaming and we don't believe. Sheer absurdity, wool too cheap, but smoky old warriors in the flock so deep. Voice like a muffler packed with tires, still acting slick while you cough through bars. She'll drama, my flop, all of your drama. He wails sheep like a genius critique with a smoker's rasp and a friary. Bad disguise, bad physique, chicken skin crumbs on your wool boutique. We graze wide awake, we don't sleep. You can't bluff long in a flock that peaks. Fake little fleas, but the act won't stop. Huff and puff with that crusty. We still can pass for one of these.
Yes, that's the new one that I've put out there. Meet Mutton Flop. That is Mutton Flop. It's, you know, there's no blonde streaks on Mutton Flop. You know, it just doesn't happen. And I love it. Fallen Hero says, Shiba Dog happily massaging his cheeks with his mouth wide open. Aw, thank you very much, Fallen Hero. I appreciate that. That right there is a super sticker, if I'm not mistaken. That is awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. A reminder to hit that thumbs up and subscribe and ring the bell and share. It's free and it helps the channel. Thank you very much, Heather May. Yes, it does. The Fallen, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. That's disturbing. Well, they're a disturbing group over there, or should I say disturbed group. And I've been working on a you know, taking down some notes from somebody that was very, very close. They're writing a tell-all. Maybe I'll get into that tonight. Maybe we'll see. There's a tell-all about, you know, whew, well, let's put it this way. It's crazy. You're falling in from Tug. Good to see you, Harley Trucker. Welcome. Yeah, it's a tell-all tale, I guess is the best way to put it. And I don't know. I'll have to reach out to Yamaha, get him to read it, because it seems like it would be so much better. Yeah, the Poo-R team. Yes, that is exactly right, Loy. Right. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Yes. How are you doing? Good to see you, Bill Mayfield. Good to see you. Welcome, Arama. Good to see all you fine folks tonight. Yeah, we're gonna get back into we're gonna get back more into the you know, what happened in the bankruptcy case tonight, and hopefully we can get through a good bit of that. And then of course we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, the freak show is wanting to say that they're going to sue everybody because, well, they're the Pooper team. The Pooper team. Oh my God. When I saw that, I laughed. I thought they were the pooer them. Yeah. I mean, they say, no, we're the PR team. It's just like, I mean, way to self-own your shit. Just like, God. Oh, and I just laugh. I laugh at all of it because they just self-own every damn time. But let's get back into this tonight. And I rewound it just basically a minute so we could get caught right back up where it was. And we also have another tune that we've been working on, but you're going to have to wait for that. You're not going to be able to hear it until we're over on Rosalind Duke's. Rosalind Duke and I, we're going to be having a nice little sit down conversation Tuesday. It'll be the first time that we've actually had like a fun little conversation like that. The PR poop regurgitation team. Maybe it's not actual chicken skin that she's eating. Speaking of, I had to take my pup in because we suspected that he broke a tooth because he likes to chew on everything, rocks, acorns, whatever. And you couldn't touch his mouth without him like screaming. He was in pain. I took him in, but they couldn't even get in there, and they said that they were going to have to basically put him under to do that. And they just scheduled a teeth cleaning. They did find one tooth that was bad, but that wasn't the problem. They suspect maybe he got stung by a bee or something, or maybe a spider. Don't know. But he whenever I took him in, I took him in first thing in the morning and dropped him off. And of course, my lovely wife went and picked him back up. And because, they wanted to talk about all, what they did and everything. And they were just like, yeah, whenever we first got him there and he went down, we had to clean the feces out of his teeth. I was like, ah. So apparently he went and found some poo, and whenever I saw that poo-R team, I was just like, maybe they need a good teeth cleaning. Oh, my brain, stop the image, please. Yeah. Sorry. It was so bad. It was so bad, but at least they got him cleaned up. They got him all cleaned up. His teeth are all clean now. They extracted one tooth that was possibly causing problems, and that's it. Just right now he's chilling, which is the first time that he would be chill in a while, because he is like completely like bounces off the walls whenever he's just medicated. He's a wild one. He's got some serious anxiety issues. It's weird, but we love the pup. So here we go. That's what you get for rescues. Oof.
Drives the bus over herself because this ex-nays her narrative of buying a piece of property because of the child's illness. She just said it was gross and none of the structures were habitable, and that she said they got the new camper because of the baby's illness.
Ooh, which
did. She said they didn't repo it. She gave it back.
She told him to come and get it. It's repo.
It's the same thing because of the black mold.
So then the trustee goes, well, so you bought this camper during bankruptcy. She said this was post-bankruptcy, and Lynette goes, no, it's the same time.
Around the same time.
And she goes, no.
I can see the book title now. The Greatest Shit Show on Earth by Shizzy Wisnut, Megan Fox, and That Umbrella Guy. Forward by Nick Regatta. That would be the Greatest Shit Show on Earth. That's pretty good, Wes. That's pretty good. I love it. To the 105 people who are watching, though, may not have hit the thumbs up, please do so. Absolutely, and it goes a long way to help out and support the channel. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. I've got another project that I'm working on right now, and it's going to take quite a bit of time. And I mean, I've got like two things I'm working on, but one of them is going to be, whenever I get it done, it's going to blow your mind away. I've been working on it, and I already have some ideas, and I've got somebody else helping me work on it. You'll just have to wait and see, because it's going to blow your mind away. Well, let's put it that way. It'll blow your mind away. And you will have fun. I guarantee you. You're going to have the time of your life whenever I get it completed.
There is no same time. It either happened before or after. She goes, was the same company? Lynette goes, no, I found it on a lot. And then the trustee goes, so this is the Coleman Dutchman that you owe over $19,000 on, has a lien. Well, yeah. And then she goes, well, me and Harley Grace, we live in the camper. And Crook, he lives in a shed.
Thing.
How many
She called
liens
it a
does she
shed
have?
thing.
It's a shell thing and now a shed thing.
On the property. Yeah. Interesting, isn't that?
And we're going to get
So
to the illness
insane.
of the child. Trust me, we're going to get there.
So she did say, she goes, you know, a lot of people do buy little sheds at like Home Depot or Lowe's. She mentioned one of those stores and they convert it into a tiny home. However, the little shed thing on their property isn't a tiny home. It doesn't have plumbing. It doesn't have a bathroom. It doesn't have a kitchenette.
And it's illegal in the state of Florida to live in a shed.
With no occupancy permit.
They're illegally living on the property.
Literally, at this point, it's just like a tool shed. So you can't call it a tiny home if there's no indoor plumbing where they could use the bathroom, shower. It's literally just 4 squares and a bed. So then...
George, it's 4 walls. I understood what she was saying, but it's square is 6 sides. It's 4 walls, but that's okay. It's probably been a long day for them, and you know that this is what people don't understand. And I imagine that it is pretty difficult for them to sit down, take a little bit of time, record something, upload it, get all that stuff done whenever they're constantly working. I mean, it has a top and a bottom. Yeah, but it wouldn't be 4 squares. Tug Raid, welcome, Mama Bear Lee. Welcome, Tug Raiders. Welcome. I want Tug to create a biography book with a pic of Johnny Depp and LP besides each other and the cover and title of the book From Depp to Depot. The story so far. That would be awesome. Oh, you know, I'll tell you, you know, whenever somebody actually digs into all of that lore, and it'll be probably long after after we're gone, somebody will say, you know, this would make a great book, and they, you know, start talking about, you know, the rise and fall of YouTube, and they're going to have people in there like Tug and Nick Ricada that just, you know, bring you fun and entertainment. And you're going to see some really crazy stuff coming out of that. So all the kids growing up are going to be like, holy cow, I didn't realize how crazy all this stuff was. I mean, and whenever I say crazy, there is lots of crazy stuff going on that, yeah, we don't talk about too much. Traveling Fools, good to see you, brother. Yo. Yeah, that's my brother up in the Blue Ridge Mountain area, brother. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, and I hope your wife is doing well also. Good to see you. Good to see you.
She goes on to ask her about the Jeep Gladiator. Who owns the Jeep Gladiator? She says it's in both her and Kirk's name, which I believe she mentioned that initially on her bankruptcy paperwork and in.
And her saying this, she's been, for those who are lurking, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Thank you. Welcome, Tug Raiders. Here's what you have to remember about all of this is what she's listing in her bankruptcy. She's supposed to show proof of that, which is, you know, the title work on it, all of that needs to be shown, you know, and so far they're not completing all of the documentation. They're talking about, oh, they're going to add these 2 creditors to there, but then they have to show that information. I mean, it's not like you can just say, oh, this person's a creditor. Like you have to have proof of everything that's been done. And well, good luck on them because they keep throwing themselves all over the place. And it's so bad. It really is that they have not kept good records whatsoever, and it is going to bite them in the ass really, really, really hard. I was at Stone Mountain a few years ago looking at some of the homes on display there. Our species has gotten a lot bigger since the 1800s. Some small cabins housing a family of 6. Yeah. Yes. That's very true. That's very true. Hey, it's the Cajun. Welcome, Cajun Bayou Queen. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Looks like you got an image from Day of the Dead. I love it. That is awesome. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Jay Levy showing that out there for Traveling Fools. And that's his channel right there. For trivia, secret knowledge, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. It's plenty of entertainment to go around. And, if you're just looking to break away from all the drama, work your brain muscle, you can join in with Traveling Fools and show how much you actually know. And oh my gosh, thank you also, Debbie Baker. Debbie Baker with a $10 super chat coming in through WhatsApp. Thank you so much, Debbie Baker. You are appreciated. And I hope you're getting some good rest. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Max Labs, thanks for keeping Shizzy up to date on all things court related. Yes. Thanks, y'all. Yeah, we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. And thank you, Max. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh.
The last time she was questioned.
And the trustee's like, I requested the title, the registration, I requested the payoff amount, the whole deal. And Lynette goes, I'll get that to you this week. They've had months.
She asked for this back in December. So then she brings up the KBB scheduled amounts. She goes, right now there's $5K in exemptions.
So pause right there.
I'll pause it right there because that is awesome. The Cucking Font says Traveling Fools nearly mispronounced my name on Sunday. It was hilarious. Yes, even my cat is blonde, is showing off his blonde streak. Look at that blonde streak, oddballs. I love it. I love it. Yes. I felt dumb till I picked up the 4th place on Traveling Fools trivia. Well, and that's the crazy part about it is you can go in there and have a great time with these people.
Say that phrase again, the last phrase you just said.
Exemptions?
$5,000 vehicle exemption. That's it. So
on one vehicle,
they get a $5,000 vehicle exemption. In other words, they have $5,000 for a vehicle. Their vehicle is worth more than $5,000. In other words, their vehicle is gone. That's why the trustee is saying you have a $5,000 vehicle exemption. That's it. You don't get $5,000.
Yeah, he's absolutely right on that. Lynette did not need that damn Jeep. She needed an easy to repair hoopty, a Honda Accord, Civic, Buick LeSabre, or any 3800 GM vehicle, Crown Vic, etc. Lots of cheap, reliable options out there. Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing is she came into money and she was just like, look, I'm going to have people. I'm going to grift for this, and people are going to pay me money to own this. And I'm going to be so cool and so sporty. It's going to be this safe vehicle for my child. We're going to be happy. My whole life is going to change with this vehicle. Like my life is going to look up. I'm going to become the best Lynette that I could possibly be. A little upset, so I'm going to turn off chat. Love you all. Oh, thank you. Well, I hope that it's not too upsetting. She uses people and thinks that her situation is going to change. You also have even the flea pointed that out of that she doesn't know how to manage her money, and why would she give her any of the money that's hers? That's the kind these are grifters grifting off grifters. And pretty soon, so the floodgates are going to open, and you are going to see the shit hit the fan like never before. It is going to be absolutely insane. Whenever that happens, just be wary. Well, Lynette hasn't been ducked to spite their truck. Possibly.
$101 of a vehicle exemption. If the vehicle is worth $36,000, which they have a lien on, which Lynette goes on later to say they owe $36,000 on this vehicle, it's yanked, it's gone. They get $5,000 of an exemption for the vehicle. That's it. So they don't get the vehicle. They get the vehicle seized. It goes back. They're a creditor. They'll get $5,000 in an exemption. They are losing the vehicle. They are losing the camper. They are losing the property.
So then
she wants to know who makes payments.
She wants to know, are you making payments on the Jeep? And she says, yes. She goes, are you maintaining those payments? She says, yes. She goes, who pays it? She says, I do. She goes, out of your disability?
Yeah, she literally, out of disability, you're doing.
Well, and that's really interesting. You know, she's not making anything in disability, and her car payments are almost more than her disability. So did you ever take this into consideration whenever you were buying a vehicle? You know, that those payments would be due? That doesn't sound too smart to me. I guess she thought she could show up with a nice new vehicle and be hanging out, and just her sheer presence would, get her working with Jeremy Hales. That was her plan, that it looks like, that she wanted to work for Jeremy Hales. And, then also run her little turtle rescue. And, she was going to raise money and do all these other kinds of things, and just sort of, spend the money on all kinds of crazy ass crap. I mean, yeah, they live off of HG. That's basically what they're doing. Whoever said she was smart. Oh, she's the smartest man in the world. I mean, smartest whatever troll in the world. She's smart. Don't be down on her. So sorry, Shizzy. No, and the poor pup. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Pup's doing fine. He's recovering. He's happy as can be. He got all soft food tonight, so he's just as happy as he could ever be. Much better than Debut.
Doing this?
Because I think she knows the amount that she pays a month, but this woman's supposed to be on disability.
Nobody in bankruptcy court has ever seen a pair like these freaks before.
Oh, I bet.
So then Lynette goes on to say that we are co-owners on everything. Some things, but some things are not co-owned. So then it's not everything.
That was her answer. We're co-owners on everything. Some things. Well, some things we're not. You wonder why we get headaches.
Clown show. So
that's a good one, Jack. That's a good one. I like that. My dog's ashes are smarter than my pup's ashes. He's got I'm taking little bits of him with me everywhere I go and spreading them around, because he loved more than anything to travel. And I want him to experience it in the puppy afterlife. It's gonna be. He was a great dog. When I was shopping for a new truck, I had a monthly payment. I couldn't go over. I was getting ready to walk. In fact, I was the one in the car and leave it, and they chased me down. Yeah, sometimes that'll happen because they want to get those payments. I know. I did the same thing. I had a car. Well, I still have the car. I've had that thing for what, 15 years now, something like that. 13 years. So I've got a 13-year-old car that I'm going to drive until the wheels fall off. It gets regular oil changes, new tires as it needs, and I work on it, it's whatever I can possibly do to alleviate any of the costs. But yeah, I mean, the car payments that I had were very minimal, and my car payments were absolutely limited on what I was willing to spend. And it hit my price point, and that's what I did. And that is the first new car that I've ever owned in my entire life. And I paid it off early and moved on with my life, and won't ever do that again. It's one of those where you're just like, I've never had a new car. I wonder what it feels like to own a new car. And it was nice. 257,000 miles. Exactly, Jenny. And I mean, cars will last you if you take care of them. I mean, certain things break down and you have to replace them. Sometimes things go bad on them. I mean, I've moved up in cars. I've had everything from $100 car to a $1,900 car. So that were used, like just used cars. I mean, one year I totaled out 5 cars. Actually, it was 4 cars 5 times. So each time it bought base equipment. Old cars are built forever. Nowadays, you can't make it a day after expiration. Yeah, some of them. Just depends. It's a Ford Taurus, best car ever owned. Oh my gosh. You lucked out, because those are pretty beat up cars sometimes. I didn't, maybe, yeah. But it's absolutely crazy that with her.
Then
she said she's not a circus. They're not zoo. They're not animals in a zoo. They're not as.
Her behavior is. So then the trustee says, well, I need the payoff paperwork, which I'm pretty sure she asked for that back in December as well.
Before that.
And apparently Lynette said she was on the phone with her company for the Jeep.
They got in trouble
This morning.
in December for not providing it. And here we are in March and they still haven't provided it. And she goes, I want all your utility bills as well. Now, the reason why she's getting all of this is for creditors.
I insist on standard transmissions. Yes, I have a 6-speed in mine. And my wife and I, we both drive standard. Change the oil. Yeah. Change the oil. You also have to change out, lubricate it, and, air filters, cabin filters, brakes. I mean, I just did the brakes. What was it, last year? I've had the car for, 12 years at that point. Last year, I put new brakes on it. I was just like, all right, just pop the old ones off and put new ones on. That's it. I have the tools to do it. So
who owes money, and to establish non-homestead. There is no homestead. They're not keeping the vehicle. Oh my goodness. Then she goes, do you guys have an outhouse? Which they do, and she lies under oath.
Oh my gosh.
She goes, no, we have a septic tank
System.
that our camper flows into.
That the camper is
Completely
hooked
and
up to
totally
the
lies.
septic. Yeah. So the camper she is being truthful about that. Yes, the camper is hooked up to the septic, but there's no bathroom in the tiny shed thingy that Kirk is living in. So where does he go? In the outhouse.
So obviously, the trustee, special counsel, they have all the images, they have all the video, they have all the information, and she's lying under oath. She is literally committing perjury under oath. And during this time, there's another person named NS Observer who starts talking to somebody else in the background, and a woman and a man, and the woman says, what are you doing? And the man goes, this is Jeremy Hales. And the trustee goes, what's going on? Who's talking? And Randy goes, he unmutes himself. He goes, madam, you didn't mute NS Observer. Now, we don't know who NS Observer is. We know we didn't give out the link to anybody.
Nope.
Which means they gave out the link to somebody. So somebody on the anti-side is inside observing. They weren't muted, and they started talking about us in regards to this, and the trustee gets upset and immediately mutes.
Yes. But the trustee allowed whoever this NS observer is to observe and not have their camera on. So,
It's a public hearing.
So then she goes on to say, what about the structures? Do you have any structures?
The awnings. The awnings on structures.
Yes. There's structures on the building. There's a lien on metal awnings because on the paperwork it lists some company with the word awnings in it. And she says that she purchased the shed.
Sucks.
Not sure why it's listed with awnings. And that
They own the sheds as well.
and that she's paying on it. She's been paying on it for a few years because she has a loan on it. So the shed
Legally
thingy
pooped.
that Kirk is living in, that's
Yes.
not paid off.
100% Lynette's liability.
Thank you,
It's a
MQ.
loan.
I appreciate that.
Trust.
Thank you, MQ, for that. That's absolutely right. Illegally pooping in a bucket. The joys of living down south. My vehicle will last forever as long as it's maintained. I'll do everything I can to save on maintaining it and take it to the pros when it's over your head. Yeah. Well, there's not too much that's over my head on a car. I just don't have a lift to do it. That's the problem. My wife's power steering rack started, and I knew that there was issues with the pump. And you know, whenever I'm having to put fluid in there and it's leaking out, I'm just like, so I can change out a power steering rack on a Volkswagen. It's not a big deal. But the problem is I don't have a lift to do it with. And so I just said, well, let's take it in and get it taken care of. And what was it that happened to her car just recently? Well, because she's got a manual transmission, of course. My car was, why was I in her car? Oh, I went to go get the emissions done. And whenever I was taken to go get the emissions done, the car wouldn't shift out of second gear. Like the gear shift would move back and forth, but that's it. It wouldn't shift out of second gear. So luckily I was in my neighborhood, and I turned it around and brought it back to the house, and then had a tow truck come and tow it off because I couldn't drive a car that you can't shift gears on, to go get the emissions done on it. And yeah, that would have been absolutely crazy. It turns out that they had to replace the gear shift, the whole assembly, because the cables and clips, which are known to go bad on that particular model, well, they had to replace all that stuff. Yeah, that was a fun day. It was a fun weekend, let's put it that way. If they said MS, that could be Mexicans. Yeah. Now they said NS. Yes. And it doesn't matter who it was. I mean, it's a public hearing. They're allowed to, to watch the hearing. It could have been anybody. It could have been a court transcriber. Who knows? It's, there's any number of people that it could have been, and I won't even try to speculate on it. Shirley Marlin. That's awesome. Loan on the truck and the shed. The camper, a couple K, feeding turtles a month. This adopted a kid, monthly bills, all on SSI. Yeah. Imagine they're able to do all that. Makes you wonder what other kind of funds they might be hiding.
He says, so you're obligated to pay on a shed that you're not living in? And Lynette goes, yeah, I'm the only one. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
So she's claiming that she's the only one listed on this loan for the shed. And the trustee asks her for a copy of that bill because the bill will clearly indicate whose name is on the loan for the shed.
Right.
And the payoff, she wanted the payoff amount. And then she goes, it could be the both of us on it. I'm not sure.
Now we're going to transition into co-mingling, which is federal offense. This is not okay. By the way, this is what Lynette and Crook have been doing the entire time under the false the false face of a nonprofit, and this is what Fleesa did as well with all the donations for Lynette and Crook. They commingled, meaning they took everything that was designated for one thing and they put it into their own personal bank account. Not okay.
Yeah.
Not okay. Now, we personally, we have a separate account for all donations, like let's book bags for orphans, okay? That was all a separate account, all complete. You do not commingle anything.
Right.
Anything.
And had Lynette done her research and studied.
Be right back. Gotta get dressed properly. Can't be bogan. Sure you can. She has plenty of alias to run several different GoFundMe's. Plus, then you've got people like Marla Huge that does those kinds of things, and then you've got like the fleas that are you know, helping fund this kind of stuff. And there's absolutely it just goes and goes. It's just the amount of grift that they're doing, the amount of energy that they spend on grifting money could have easily been spent actually working, and then they wouldn't be in all the shit that they're in. It's just it boggles the mind, just absolutely.
And educated herself. She would have known about this years ago when she has had her nonprofit for many, many years.
Trustee S. So do you maintain a separate bank account for your nonprofit?
No, she needs to. She said she needs to.
I downloaded the gym app.
JIM.
I downloaded the gym app, and I'm going to do that.
Too late. Way too late. You're in federal court, and you're committing federal crimes of commingling. Oh.
So here she says, I need to make a bank account for my nonprofit. So here she's had it for years and still doesn't have a separate bank account. And she said she created the gym app, JIM, for small businesses. And she goes, well, what about before Jim?
Yeah, what'd you use before Jim? She goes,
No income, so I never had anything. Nothing. We've never, ever got any donations.
just wait.
What? Never got any donations? So all of her donations, they work hard as shizzy. Shut up on that ass. Shh. You're going to force me to play that song. I'm not going to play it yet. They have to wait. They have to wait, Rosalind. They have to wait until the 31st, Tuesday. Guys, I don't know if you can, you know, if she starts. Oh yeah, I saw that tonight. Marla's comment that she announced the fleas have commingled funds. Yeah, this is and I'll be pretty clear with you, is the reason why the fleas are going after Megan and trying to attack Megan, Tug, Coop, anybody that talks about them. They tend to stay away from me because I'll destroy them, and they know it. That's why they just got no use for talking about me, because, well, I'll just make them suffer even more. The problem with what they've run into is they've been called out multiple times. I mean, it's pretty much a done and done situation. It's just a matter of time. They're trying to figure out a way that they can still get people to donate money to them. And right now their streams are just about gone. I mean, there's not too many people that are actually watching them to watch them or interested in what they have to say. And you can tell this by just looking at the way that their channel is sort of tanked off, and it'll just get worse and worse, and their spiraling will get worse and worse, because they are very, very, very hateful, spiteful people. They want to take people down to make themselves look better. And you'll find people that are very hateful and spiteful. This is the way they operate. They will talk They will talk about people. They will say that they're trash, that they're garbage, that they're hodunks, that they're liars, they're scam artists, they're cheaters, they're thieves. They'll come up with anything they possibly can. And it's going to be absolutely hilarious to watch them just flounder about like wobblecocks. There you go. They've got issues, and those issues are starting to rear their ugly head on them. And it's just a matter of time before they take it a step too far, because that's the route that they've been pushing. They're wanting to strike Megan and Tug. They want to take down Jeremy Hales because they are so angry, absolutely angry, that they didn't get the appreciation that they thought that they were due. They do not like Travis. They don't like Jeremy, because as mods, whenever they were mods on those channels, they started doing things that were really bad misbehavior. The same kind of shit that happened whenever they started going after what was the girl's name that she had on after Bootlicker? I forget. But how they went after her and the way that they treated them. And if you see that the way that they treat them, the way that they talk about Lynette, and then all of a sudden, that changes because, now they're looking at getting their asses in all kinds of trouble, and they're trying to protect the fallout, because there is going to be a lot of fallout for them raising all this money and then blowing it on whatever they blew it on. They didn't use it for its intended purpose. And that right there, money that was supposed to go to Lynette, and they have to silence her and keep her chill, keep her relaxed, make sure that she's happy. Yeah, Stacy Nat, that's who it was. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, Stacy Nat. Look at the way that they treated her, how they jumped in her channel, how they tried to take her completely down. Because she was just like, I can't continue doing this. I mean, this is taking up more time, because she was the one that was watching all of the videos, taking notes as horribly as she possibly could, but taking notes and then passing those on to the Flea, so the Flea could actually, run a show, because she has no concept of how to create content. All she is a mouth. That's it. She's a mouth with a horrible voice, and she has a few people. You've got Bruce that's telling people to, you got to give her something. So I mean, her channel is failing. You know that her channel is failing. And she's starting to spin out of control, and she wants to blame everybody except for herself. Her own damn fault whenever it goes down, and she can blame, she should, maybe take a look in the mirror. Well, maybe not, because that might crack the mirror. Maybe take a look in the mirror and see how your behavior is, and see if anything that you're doing is entertaining, or is it that it's entertaining to watch you, flip-flop around and change your story every 15 minutes. I don't give Stacy a pass. She sat on panel for months knowing the Flea didn't tell the truth. She's party to irreparable damage to Jeremy and others. She's never apologized. Oh, I'm not giving her a pass. I'm just saying that you can tell whenever they start to walk away from her and want to get out of her shitstorm that she attacks. She absolutely attacks. That's what she's doing with Jeremy. That's what she's done with George. I think she's very jealous of other people's success. Instead of making success on her own, she's jealous of other people succeeding because she fails at it. She wants to think of herself as a YouTuber, but she can't hang with any people that are actually doing YouTube. I mean, if she was such a great at what she's doing, if it was so wonderful and so powerful and so compelling, why hasn't some of the bigger channels picked her up? I mean, you would think if her story, everything was sussing out properly, that she would be, she'd be on with Nick Rekieta. Rosalind Duke can get Nick Rekieta to come on a stream, but hell, she can't get anybody except for people like Lips and Chips and Paint Chips. Volpe. I mean, you've got to be fucking kidding me. That's the quality of people that you get on. I mean, if that's the quality of people that you're having on your streams, you understand why their channel is failing miserably. I mean, maybe they're doing it right. I don't know. They managed to, keep their numbers up. Sort of. Well, they did for a while until they, people found out how much they were scamming out, and that sort of has dried up. That would have been a full wall mirror. I changed gears in a damn break in the middle. Jeez. That's right, Kevin. Let me get this video back up. I'm sorry. I got all distracted and everything. Let me bring this back up.
Federal crimes of commingling. Oh.
So here she says, I need to make a bank account for my nonprofit. So here she's had it for years and still doesn't have a separate bank account.
Not good.
And she said she created the JIM app, JIM, for small businesses. And she goes, well, what about before JIM?
Yeah, what'd you use before JIM?
Mm-hmm.
She goes,
No income, so I never had anything. Nothing. We've never, ever got any donations.
just wait, because next there's going to be another question where she's talking about donations. Oh boy, all recorded, all under oath. It's a beautiful thing.
She claims that they never received anything. They never received anything.
Now, to be clear, there are gifts in kind, which is a material item. For example, when I go, George, I really like you. I'd like to donate this pen to you. Okay, don't touch it because I'm sick. I was in Ohio, and the Walker family is sick, unfortunately. But that would be a gift in kind. Now, a monetary gift would be, George, I really like you. Take all my money, honey. Now, this is
Cash.
Cash. That's two types of gifts that you give a nonprofit. Cash and gifts in kind. Both have to be reported. Value on this pen have to be reported on the 990.
Yes.
So a pull liner that Crook likes to put out publicly, I got that from the former mayor's husband. All of this, everything, every brick, all the food that's being donated from the food banks that they're not feeding humans with, they're feeding turtles with, has to be reported.
Yes.
And it's not. And the federal government knows that.
Yeah.
The stupidity of these people.
So then she literally contradicts herself. On one end of her mouth, she's saying we weren't receiving anything to. We were receiving food from Winn-Dixie.
That's right. That's right. Real
But
red shirt.
she says that later down because Teresa, the trustee, finally goes, would you just explain to me what your nonprofit is about?
Oh. Here's the thing that I had to laugh whenever they started explaining this. Whenever somebody asks me, what is my YouTube channel about is about. It's pretty simple. I can sum it up really, really shortly. I like to look at court cases, hang out with chat. I like to, watch crazy things happen on the interwebs and comment on them. It's a simple comment channel. Opinions. I would do the news whenever it was, much earlier mornings whenever I was doing those. I can explain what my channel is about. Making music, having fun, sarcasm. It is about these things. whenever she starts talking about her turtle rescue, she should be able to sum this up. This would be one thing that you need whenever you're filing for a 501c3. Whenever you're creating this, you're going to have some bylaws, certain things that your entity stands for. You've got, Jeremy and George. You have what is your YouTube channel about? It's a diary of their life. Very plain and simple. Don't forget grifting. Well, yeah, I need to grift more is what I need to do. He would still watch your channel if you were painting a wall. Your chat and dialogues are funny and interesting. Well, and I've had people, when I was driving from Florida, I think, I had 10,000 people watching while I was just in the car driving. 10,000 people watching. But you imagine you're just driving your car and you're commenting on signs, and your back is hurting because you're in a shitbox U-Haul with horrible seats in it, and people are just hanging out and chatting, and I can't even read the chat because I would be taking my eyes off the road. So, which would have probably been more entertaining if I was able to read the chat. That's whenever I was like, I wish I had Google glasses. They do have a look of relief that I haven't seen in a long time. That's absolutely right. Another Justin Timberlake. I don't know about that.
Now, understanding Teresa already knows, but my goodness, she wanted this on the record under oath.
Yes.
She goes,
We're a tortoise rescue. We were provided food and we took care of things out of pocket, but we
All
don't
this
get any
extra shit
donations.
they don't
And I
need.
couldn't even get a donation now if I wanted to.
literally saying this under oath. Okay. So it's talking about Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie no longer is giving food. By the way, that was Andrew Campbell, who just got arrested again for
the
rugs.
fifth time.
For rugs, who's been on their property nonstop. Compulsive
Funny
addict.
drama.
Okay. Beat his own father. He was stealing the food from Winn-Dixie and giving it to them. Illegal. So you got one illegal act, another illegal act, another illegal act. They're not reporting any of it, and the trustee knows all of this already.
Well, we do know he no longer works for Winn-Dixie, and they
Well, he
probably
got fired.
Yeah, probably for finding out that he was doing that without consent.
So
I could get a donation if I wanted to.
With all this stuff happening, we're not getting any donations.
With all this stuff happening, now we're not getting any donations? That's not how it works. And I do want to thank right here, we have Lily Smith. Thank you so much, Lily Smith. And she says,
"You're right, Shizzy. You need to grift more."
Yeah, you're right. I'm really bad at grifting. Really am. I don't know. I like doing this so much. But yeah, it is. And I have a hard time doing that. Really do have a hard time doing that. It is because I just enjoy it so much. But if you want to, there are super chats. They're always there. I do have super tips turned on. As you can see by the last thing I played, that was super tips. Oh, you want some closed caption? I could turn that on. See right there. Closed caption is now on. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you, the perpetually puzzled puzzler. I got you covered. I've got you covered. Be right back. Well, this is not a nonprofit. I do spend a substantial amount of time and money doing this. And although it seems like you only see me for a couple hours every night, it's what I do that you don't see, like making videos, creating music. Captions don't work on live streams, but they'll work for this one. And closed captions should always be on live streams. Maybe. You're good at this. Very genuine. This is my area. Yeah. I don't know. I'm crazy. I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm half crazy, and I don't get so worked up about it. You know, I take my time trying to find things that I enjoy. I enjoy watching, enjoy talking about. You know, and Jeremy and George are definitely one of those that I really enjoy talking about, because they've. I mean, look at this. The look on her face just tells a million different stories. Yeah, just hit the thumbs up is really all that's expected. You know, I don't get too worried about it. You know, it's just people viewing the videos and having their good time. I'm getting a lot more ads. Yeah, that's the YouTube. YouTube does that. It's absolutely crazy.
Trustee says, well, where are these tortoises coming from? Obviously, a tortoise is a gift in kind, like a pen, donation. The animal is a donation. She goes, where are you getting the tortoises? Well, we got 18 right now, 7 turtles.
I think.
They're from the pet trade.
She said 7 turtles, I think.
They're from the pet trade industry. Oh. Okay, so you have 18 big tortoises.
Beast says, did Jeremy say on Sunday's live that the judge has made her decision in the Ohio case, but can't say anything until Lynette and John receive it by mail? Felicia stated she knows why the judge is taking so long. Well, that would be interesting that, you know, she has a line to the judge, which I very much doubt that she has that, but she'll say whatever that she can say because she has no content. Cheers, Clink, and says, thanks for the reminder. I did forget to give Shizzy a thumbs up for all his great content. Well, thank you. Cheers, Clink. I like it. I like the name. That's beautiful. And you're always welcome to just lurk and hang out. I mean, watch it on the replay. Hell, and most of the time, whenever people watch the replays, they usually even you know, send little messages there, which is always nice, because I read them and I'm like, oh, you know, I do read all of them. It's like little pieces of fan mail. I enjoy it. I really do. And sometimes, like early on, like if you asked me a year ago, I probably wasn't reading that stuff because I didn't know that it was there. I do now, and so I try. I've been trying to catch up from a year ago. So if you receive a notice that I responded to something, that's me, because you know I went back and started watching, like reading the comments. I was just so busy at the time I didn't. Felicia, no, it's Mutton Flops. Mutton Flop. That's where the name comes from. Mutton Flop. Mutton Flop. Mutton Flop. Oh, Mutton Flop. You run a business, you entertain us, provide content. It's behind the scenes that is costly. I left big channels because of the drama. You're so nice and the sense of humor. Well, thank you, Maroma. You know, and yeah, there is a lot of like weird stuff with bigger channels, and I hope to keep it real. I mean, you know, sometimes you can't hit every single thing all at once, and that's where the super chats come in, because if you're putting in a super chat, it usually will get noticed and pulled up there. So if I miss like something in the chat, it's because the chat is going by really fast, and sometimes I don't catch every single thing. Side Eyes Jess, good to see you. Oh, Side Eyes, I love it. Hey Shizzy, how you doing? Hello everyone, good to see you, Side Eyes. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Oh my gosh, yeah, gotta run, Wolfgang. You have a good one, brother. I will see you on the flip side, and have a nice evening. Oh yes, all right.
Tortoises. She goes, no, I have 7 big, 1 medium, 2 small, and 7 other small.
Yeah, and she confirmed that the 7 big ones are over 220 pounds.
Now,
these are 2 disabled people.
Here's the crazy part of
over
this.
220 pounds.
You know how we joke around and say we the math ain't math, and we don't know how to do math?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Lynette tells the trustee she has 18 tortoises. Then she goes down to break it down. I have 7 big ones, 1 medium size, 2 small, and 7 other small. Now, the math ain't mathin' because that total is 17, not 18. She can't even get the animals of her rescue right that need rescued. Seriously, they need to be rescued.
Yes. And she has, Lynette has her own dedicated tortoise rescue page. And she had a following of 1,000 people prior to us ever knowing who she was.
There's a lot more following now. Now the trustee is going to get into the fence, but Lynette doesn't know that she's talking about the fence, the donated fence, Fleesa. So the trustee has all the knowledge in the world about what she's asking questions about to go after Fleesa, which trustee and the special counsel will be going after Fleesa first. They've already told us this in our meetings with them, with all the information they've been provided. So trustee goes, you have enclosures? She goes,
Yeah, we had separate enclosures.
you have fencing. You see where this is leading? The trustee knows about the donated
So
fence
nice of you, Mom.
with the gift cards and the cash that's being held back by Fleesa.
Well, she explains that there's 6 to 7 pens, like different enclosures.
He says, hey, Fleesa LMNOP was put on the stand. It was not a creditors meeting. No, that was them asking questions. They had a hearing because she has not completed the schedules, and they're wanting to add more people, and they were having a hearing on other things too. Yeah, there was quite a bit going on in there. But they want to get her on the record of where she stands with this, because all of what she fails to understand, whereas she might think that she's doing great, what she fails to understand is that everything that she's saying, and this is why they want you to tell the truth, and why you're, sworn under oath that you're telling the truth, because she's a liar. I mean, this is the problem. Her story will change with whatever she thinks people want to hear. This is how grifters operate. The same way that the flea will constantly tell her story and then 5 minutes later contradict what she just said. And she said it was only going to be a creditors meeting when she posted about you. She's an idiot, so I don't know what to tell her. I like your avatar. She said it was only going to be a creditors meeting when she posted about me. Well, yeah, whenever she posted about me, she also doesn't know her ass from a hole in the ground, because she doesn't read court documents. She goes by what other people tell her that it means. Usually she pulls up like chat GPT or some other AI shit, and then expects that Google is going to tell her what things mean, and then she usually gets them wrong with and she's been called out on it multiple times, saying, you just watch yourself according to Florida statute, blah 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 blah, and then you look up the Florida statute and that's not what it says, or it has to do with like criminal, and she's talking something in civil. It's like, are you really this stupid? The answer is yes, she really is that stupid. I do not believe that she has 18 turtles, 4 which is over 220 pounds. It would cost her between 175 and 350 cheaply feed them, and that's not including the water that she has to use. You're starting to catch the drift right there. She has to feed the tortoises and 3 dogs. How can they do that on that plus all their other payments? Well, clearly they can't, because that's why they're in bankruptcy. Clearly they can't, Cynthia. She has to take care of these animals, and where's the money coming from? I mean, if she's not receiving any donations, then that money is being spent on other things. Yeah. I want to know how her math so I can use it. Yeah, I'd love to know that also.
For these tortoises, and that she has a little baby area.
So the trustee is talking about the crappy fence on the outside, and Lynette's talking about tortoise enclosures. And then we're not saying anything. We're just letting it go, right? And so trustee says, so did you put up the fence yourself, or somebody else do it?
Well, we hired hired a man. Well, how'd you find this man? And as one Lynette goes, dang it!
She had a Tourette's moment.
Dang it! Dang it! Dang it!
That she hired a guy and he put up some of them and he put up the play area. Why doesn't the child play in this play area?
Yeah, George, she needs to go in the road with her chocolate.
Oh, okay. Because that makes sense. The same road where people drive hundreds of cars. Remember she told Judge Grudge, hundreds of cars drive by filming.
Trustee says, how'd you find this? The trustee is communicating about the outside fence. The trustee has nothing from us in regards to the turtle enclosures, which are garbage as well. And she goes, well, money from the house. Well, who maintains it? John and I. We do the best we can. And then starts the sobbing. It's a legacy. It's a legacy for my daughter. She's sick. I'm going to be 80. When she's 20, I won't even be around anymore. This isn't a joke. Remember, Lynette's the same one that says she has a medical condition. She can't cry, but yet she can turn it on just like that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I'll be 80 when she's 20. I don't think the math is mathing on that either.
Yeah, probably not. No, probably not. But trustee goes, you homeschooling? She goes, yes, because of her illness. Don't miss this. The trustee puts her in her place and says, don't turtles affect the illness of your daughter. And Lynette's response is, no, she hand sanitizes.
We keep them clean.
That's her response. She hand sanitizes.
No. She claims she can't cry tears. That it's not crying. I don't even want to go there. The things that I would say, because whenever she starts crying, it's just bullshit. She doesn't have tear ducts. I so wish there would be an investigation on every official, etc., that help with this. Yeah. Fleesa owns the fence, don't you know? She bragged that Jeremy would never get the fence. She would tear it down and give it to Robbie before Jeremy ever gets it. Go for it. Seriously, go for it. Go for it. See how that works out for you. See, here's what she doesn't understand. As much as bravado as she has, and which I find completely hilarious. Okay. I'm gonna pull this off for a second. I have to laugh because all of her bravado. Think about this. All of the shit that she's been saying. What was one of the biggest things that she was talking about? Oh, I can't wait to get to court. Oh, whenever we get to court with Jeremy, oh yeah, we're gonna expose him for the horrible liar, pants on fire that he is. What was the first thing they did whenever they got served? Oh, I wasn't properly served. You would think that if they had all this information that was going to tear down Jeremy and prove how much of a liar that he is, that they would have readily accepted service. They would have readily jumped right in there. They would have readily said, hey, let's go. I'm ready to do this. If they were so much right in what they were saying, they would have been right there saying, let's go. We want discovery. I mean, let's, and they would have joined in with every single one of those people. They would have been jumping on with Bruce and saying, Bruce, let's do this. Let's take him down. Let's destroy Jeremy with all of his lies. This is not what they did. Instead, they'll set on stream, what the time it was, 6, 7, 8 hour to 8 hour streams talking about how horrible Jeremy was, but they would never, ever show up to actually do a damn thing. Do they not have anything? Or was it that they needed the clicks and the views? This is the problem with whenever you have to listen to them. They're talking about we're exposing Jeremy for all of his lies. So you have your opportunity, 6 months ago, a year ago, to bring all this into court, but you just screwed around with service. So who's doing it for the clicks and views? Because as soon as Lips put out a lawsuit against Jeremy, what did Jeremy do? All right, let's go. My attorney has accepted service. Let's move on. Let's go. And then she backed off. Why would you do that? Unless you don't have anything in the first fucking place. They don't have anything. And they know that they will lose. And it has nothing to do with what side you're on this. It has to do with you will lose. If you're that confident in what you're saying, you could have accepted service right then and there. You could have had your attorney. You could have done it pro se. You could have written a letter to the court. We're accepting service, and we'll go ahead and respond to this. And then you could have made a short and simple response to it. You never did that. No. Because you're absolutely chicken shit scared. You're running around the barnyard with all your other pieces of garbage, screaming about how horrible Jeremy is, but you are so scared to actually just accept service. You're talking about how wonderful and how beautiful you are, but yet you won't even turn on your camera. And whenever you do turn on your camera, you're usually, wearing a wig and a hat and sunglasses because, well, you don't want people to really know what you look like. Because the outside reflects the inside. And the inside, in my opinion, is pretty trashy. But neither here nor there. They're just scared.
Keep in mind, turtles, more than any other reptile, carry diseases, and
they use hand sanitizer.
We have gone over this
to
already.
Prevent is it salmonella that's on tortoises that they carry?
Yes.
That's right.
So again, debunking her own narrative, driving the bus over her own narrative of moving here because of the child's illness.
So stupid.
When in reality, it was the strategy.
And so glorious all at the same time. All right.
Yeah, so so she brought up homeschooling, and she doesn't have any education as a teacher, so then she can't be smarter than...
According to Bonehead.
A baby.
According to Bonehead.
Can't be smarter
Lynette
than
and Crook aren't any smarter than a baby.
Yeah.
Because the baby hasn't gone to school.
They don't teach anything.
They don't teach.
Nope.
And you're only as smart as what you teach.
Yep.
That's Bonehead said that. Mm-hmm. That guy is stupider than Lynette and Crook with that comment.
Well, didn't he say she needs to put her big girl pants on?
Yeah, he also said he'd break bread. He'd break bread with them anytime.
I prefer mac and cheese, to be honest.
A little bit of barbecues, maybe some ABC pizza.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, yeah. Okay. So...
Wait, I'm confused. How do you keep tortoises clean when you're disabled? Was the outdoor bathroom for the tortoises? Do they take a shower and clean themselves in their shells?
After we release the
that I find funny. Tucking Fun says, I bet just Jay gets 2 a.m. text from sheep asking, are you awake? Ray is one strange person. Yeah, I think he's got issues. He's got some serious issues. Oh, well, the group of druggies do love to flock together and cause drama, but always end up in a cell in the end. Not always, but usually they don't end up in a good place. I still like your blonde streaks. Strange is the word.
Information about the outdoor bathroom, which is illegally flooding the the Florida property and grounds. Then she said it was for the turtles. So it's just another lie. It's just a lie after a lie. So the trustee wants to now get into these cases, because Lynette put in her bankruptcy that she's going to have all millions, literally millions coming in from suing me, George, Deanna, and the rest of the world.
But remember, she's disabled, and where's she going to get the money?
That is a question that I'm sure people are asking. You know, does he realize what he's done by enabling the hate by giving money to these causes? Well, maybe he's just the same as the rest of them. People are special breed. You have to keep away from venomous because she'll eat them. And you can tell by that sparkly outfit she's got. She's getting her bunnies for Easter. You in that cell. You and flock over here. That's good. Mutton flop. Ooh, are here. This is your palace of Grift. Yes. Yay, more sheep puns.
To file all these lawsuits. So she wanted to know about cases, meaning lawsuits against everyone that she has listed.
Because if the trustee thinks she's going to get money from me, then the trustee has to go for that money, which she's not going to get any money. She actually owes me money. A lot of it. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars. So trustee says, you have cases against everybody, but you give no information. Have you filed? Have you prosecuted? Are there any new lawsuits? Lynette's answer, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And whenever I heard this part, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You don't know what lawsuits you're in. You don't know what the status of those lawsuits are. They tried you have to remember that they tried adding me to a lawsuit once. Tried. Over bullshit. Because they got their little fee-fees hurt. And I could tell you the status of that case every single step of the way. She doesn't know what's going on in any of these cases. I doubt she even knows what's going on. All on her. No, that would be wrong, Miss Tammy. So here's the thing, and yeah, I mean, but this is her idea. This is her idea that she thinks whenever she files a lawsuit against Jeremy, that he files it against her. Let's see, the trespass case, that was her. Let's see, thumbnail case. Oh, that was her. The protective order where she was being deposed about what she thought was defamatory. Well, that was, you know, the to get the protective order. Well, yeah, well, that was brought by her. Jeremy filed a lawsuit against her for defamation for posting signs. Pretty straightforward. And then he brought the other people in, trying to add them into the lawsuit, and the judge said, no, if you're going to do this, you are going to have to file a separate lawsuit. And that's what he did. He wouldn't allow these people in, so Jeremy filed a separate lawsuit. The lawsuit that is happening as a countersuit due to the trespass, that one there was brought by Therese Granger and her husband. Completely different. Jeremy didn't do that. Jeremy does have a lawsuit that's still pending against Deuce, Lynette, as well as George is in there in that lawsuit. She's dealing with this shit. And then you also have Randall Shockett that's involved in this also. So, yeah, he has brought lawsuits against them, but those are separate from this. He got a restraining order in Ohio, and she has been found guilty of breaking those protective orders, as well as John Cook. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, sheeple, hit it now or I begin biting. Trust me, I'm hungry. Oh, and I remember, do not contact anyone in this case. The wildlife bites and may not have had my shots by vets or proper certification. That does happen. Well, and that's yet to be determined. I mean, you have to, if you want to win a lawsuit, you actually have to get it across the finish line. It looks like Fed 2 is right now there was a response filed, and the judge is going to read over that response, and we'll probably find out sometime next month, because the end of this month is coming soon, whether the judge allows us to go forward or whether he dismisses the case. We've already seen the filing on it. Does it mean that he's winning? Well, even if he loses in that, he's still winning. He may have lost that case, but he hasn't lost the fight because he hasn't given up. I feel it's not going to go forward, and that's a big possibility, Marama. And I've said that before. It's just like, we'll see. Do they then award costs? The only people that they'll award any cost to, and the way that the judge framed that would be David Helm. That's the only person that would be winning anything as far as costs go. And that would most likely be just attorney's fees, which there's not a whole lot involved in that. So I can't see that it would be a large amount of money. And you have to understand, Helm accepted service, filed a response, moved on with his life. Randy hasn't responded on Fed 2 yet. No, actually, I'm pretty sure that he has responded on Fed 2 yet. I'm pretty positive that I've already read that over. He filed something on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's filed something on it. But they're waiting on a response from the other people, which we'll see if they do. Cheers, Clink. As someone who works with adults and learning differences, I unfortunately think only me may be a functioning autistic adult without a family or friend support mentoring in his life. Well, he's a grown man. I'm pretty sure.
All right. So
she knows nothing about the lawsuits that she has brought against multiple people.
And she has already lost the thumbnail case, trespass 5 case, frivolous cases. Mm-hmm. So trustee says, all right, let me clarify. There's a case, and then Lynette interrupts her and goes, well, it's all frivolous. And there's so much going on. It's hard and it confuses me.
She said one case was dismissed because they try to say it was a frivolous case, which it was not frivolous. There is so much going on that it's really hard and confusing for me.
In other words, she just lets Deuce do whatever he wants, and she's the one that's getting all the consequences for it. And Fleesa do whatever she wants, and she's the one getting all the consequences for it. Mm-hmm. These freaks have used this woman and this, I use the term woman very loosely. And this...
No. See... and I'll correct Max on this. No, he actually did file a response. It is Doc 165. There you go, document 165. So if you're wondering if he has filed anything, yes, he did. Doc 165 was his objection. So there you go. But he hasn't filed an amendment, but he did file a response. So yeah, just look at Doc 165.
man, which I use very loosely, so bad. Her own lawyer, Justin, in Ohio court said they are a pawn in a game they never set up, and they were not.
Oh, and also we have this one, and this is what the super tips look like, pinned up at the very top of the chat. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, make sure you do that also.
Fleesa, you bumbling bumblebee of bipolar bitterness. Buckle up, Buttercup, and bite a big one.
Thank you, Rob Pate. We're waiting on amended. I don't know. An amended complaint. Now that might be happening also, but I'm pretty sure what I saw was a response to it, to the judge's outtake on that. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Rob Pate, you kill me, man. That was absolutely wonderful. I got to play that again. It was so damn good. So good.
Fleesa, you bumbling bumblebee of bipolar bitterness. Buckle up, Buttercup, and bite a big one.
And having Yamaha's voice do that. That just makes me laugh. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rob Pate. That put a smile on my face. And I try to catch those as soon as I possibly can. If I let that sit there for a while, I apologize. I can't wait for Jeremy and George to give us lowdown on the Ohio case. Oh, well, and there will be the transcripts will be forthcoming. Whenever we get those transcripts and we see what those transcripts are, you will know exactly what was said. That's going to be very interesting to see. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it, because they're going to have a hard time debunking it. They're really going to have a hard time debunking all of that good stuff.
Talking about George and I. Justin was only talking
The ones
about
that are
Deuce,
harassing us.
Fleesa, and the entire ANTI-WTH ecosystem.
The channels that are harassing us. Yes.
And he called it perfectly. They're using them. So the trustee says,
I think, I think that's correct. Yeah, you're probably right on that. Chad, help with the transcript fee for Shizzy so we can get a good reading in Ohio. Yeah, that would be an epic one. That would definitely be an epic one. I thought we lost you or left you behind, or you got lost amongst the sheep. Spawn Trooper. Good morning, humans, and good morning to all the mods, and greetings, fellow humans. Shizzy Whiz Nut, how's it hanging? To the right.
again, I need clarification. Are these been dismissed? What's going on? Are you moving forward with litigation? And she goes, well, it's him suing us. It's Jerry Hales suing us. And then she's going, well, I was under the understanding everything's been dismissed. No, nothing's been dismissed. And so the trustee goes, there's a misunderstanding.
You get some rest, oddballs. I enjoy the cat avatar. That's beautiful. I'll see you soon. Hello, Calvin Stover. Good to see you.
And your case was dismissed? She goes, well, I believe so. She goes, okay, what about this Deanna West?
Well, before Deanna, she asks about the Grangers. She goes, is that one pending or has it been dismissed? And she said, I believe they filed a counterclaim.
So that's trespass 5. Then it goes into Deanna. There's the case where they came on my property and they stole my camper. They stole it.
Yeah, that was not her camper. That was not her camper at all. That was Lloyd's camper, wasn't it? Lloyd had that camper, and he actually reached out and said, "Hey, I'm in the hospital, and I need to get my camper off that property because I'm worried the bad stuff that's going on there. It's making me worried that my stuff is going to disappear, which I'm sure quite a bit of it did disappear. Some of it he just let go. He said, I'm not worried about it. They can keep it. Just let me get my property off of here and move on with my life. I hope he's doing better. I really do. I hope he's doing better. And you know, it sucks that he got suckered in there. But you know, hey, from what I understand, Bone Crusher wants to probably be the next camper that moves on there. What do you think the odds are that he moves over there on that property, you know, and finds out what it's really like and tries to help out, you know, because he's smart. He's smarter than an 8th grader, at least. So, you know, he's going to show them how to actually run their nonprofit. What do you think? Come on, Ray. What's the holdup? I mean, you're going to get them all straightened out, right? You are the smartest one. You're old and wise, and you know people should respect their elders and shit like that, right? Yeah. I want to see how that works out for you, Ray. I want to see how that works out for you. I mean, you might be able to make it snow in Florida. You never know. Might maybe be able to bring a little bit of your joy and warmth to there. And you know, you and John can, you know, go run and frolic in the lilacs or whatever it is that they have on their property, glass, whatever. Same thing, right? But you could go and run and frolic with, you know, and hang out with your most beloved group of people there, and man, they'll throw you a big old party, and you know, ask you to write a nice big fat check to help them out, to you know, or maybe you can, you know, get on a ladder and help them build their dream home. Now. Yeah, let's see how that all works out. Yeah, they could absolutely. There you go, Jenny. They could pee in the yard together, or at least off the front porch. But they'd have to build a front porch first to pee off of. So you know, respect to elders is by our choosing. I choose to disrespect Bone Crusher. Boner Crusher. Absolutely. I don't have a whole lot of respect for him. I'm sure he's done some wonderful things in his life, but the path he's been taking has been pretty shitty. Good luck on that.
She starts going crazy.
When she said that it's possibly pending, she goes, she was involved in a case that was dismissed. They all came onto my property. They removed a camper they had no reason or no right to remove. No right to remove when the owner of the camper asked for help to remove his property off her property. Yes. And that camper was part of his property.
Lloyd has every right to remove his own property. The trustee says, well, who is the attorney? She goes, Deuce!
And then she goes, I'm not sure.
So...
She name drops Deuce.
And then the trustee goes, well, do you have a copy of an agreement? She goes, yes! He's now a creditor. Whoa.
You said he was pro bono earlier in your answers.
Hold a second. And did we get to that answer yet where she says he was pro bono? I don't think we got to that answer yet. So she says he's a creditor, and later she's going to say he's pro bono. So she starts talking.
Actual boom. You sure they're going to be holding hands? Oh my gosh. Oh, you're killing me, Boomer. The Bubbles formerly known as a lawyer. I'm sorry. That that hit a funny bone right there. I'm happy to no. You know, John, like, can you loosen your grip a little bit? Breaking my ball. Oh no, no! Writing their names in the same with a little heart. Oh, oh. Hmm. Killing me, Smalls.
Talking about
Oh.
thumbnail case and all kinds of cases, and Lynette goes, well, that's Jeremy Hales.
Oh.
Well, she brings up your LLC.
Oh, elephant shoe. She goes,
And she was so confident.
she's like, what's elephant shoe? That's Jeremy Hales.
She was so confident with her answer. It wasn't, I don't know, or she knew exactly who that LLC belonged to.
By the way, elephant shoe is one of my LLCs. Elephant shoe came out of a term. It's just another way to say. So if I'm mad at George, instead of saying I love you, I can say elephant shoe. And it became a joke, and then it became a business. And then it was like the resale business, and it was, oh, we sell everything, including elephant shoes. But in all reality, it really is telling all of the customers, I love you. Thank you for being a customer. That's what elephant shoe means. That's why it's called that. All right. And she goes, well, that's Jeremy Hales. He sued us in 2 cases in federal courts. And the trustee goes, stop. Lynette's giving all this garbage. She goes, I'm asking, is it dismissed or is it pending? And she goes, well, if it's Levy County, then it's dismissed. By the way, Levy County is not dismissed. She owes us in the thumbnail case. And she goes in about Larry Foreman. She goes, I believe it's dismissed. Wrong. She owes us. She owes Larry Foreman. Okay, what about the ones against JH in Levy County? And then Saran Wrap jumps in and goes, let me help clarify. There's 5 cases total, 2 federal and 3 in Levy County. Oh, I think you forgot one.
Ohio.
Okay. You want to take over from there?
Yeah. Based on her answers, she totally forgot that her attorney, Stark, voluntarily dismissed the 2 lawsuits that she brought against all these multiple people. She keeps saying it was dismissed, but I feel like voluntarily dismissing it is different than the courts just dismissing it. But he does say that there are 5 cases, 2 federal, 3 in Levy County. And the trustee loops back around to Crook.
This is so good.
She goes, she goes, I just have questions about Crook, the ex-husband and the father of the child. She immediately jumps in and says, he's not.
Stop. You didn't even ask the question yet. All right. I'm trying to move us a little bit faster because this is a long video. The trustee says, is John Crook the father of your child? Now the answer.
Yes, because she brings him up because he's listed as a creditor. And she goes, he is not the father of my daughter.
She goes, well, you listed him as a creditor. And she goes, I think it's because we're co-owners on everything. We co-everything. Well, he's also, the trustee says, well, he's also listed as a co-defendant. Well, yeah, it's because Jeremy Hales is suing us both in so many cases. Okay. She starts asking about Medallion Bank for the camper. She goes, that's the old camper. All right. Well, was it turned over?
Stop it, you guys. Damn it. You're killing me with this. Jenny, you think they grip and cough together and take turns gripping and giggling in place of the cough? Oh, no. Keep your hands to yourself, man. Put a ring on it. No, don't put a ring. Damn it.
Before the bankruptcy case? No, it was the same time. It was not the same time, says the trustee. It can't be the same time. So then Lynette goes, well, it was probably days before I surrendered it. Okay.
She said it was not repoed. She had requested it to be taken back. Wouldn't that be the same thing as repo?
Oh, don't worry, Miss Tammy. We'll be ending here shortly. It's not going to go all night. I am probably going to cut it off here in about 5 minutes. You keep going. Oh, bye, Tammy. You have a good night. Request to be taken back wouldn't be the same as repoed. Yes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't think banks will. If a bank is going to come back and repossess their property, that's not a request, that's a repossession. So then she goes on to talk about, I forget what the trustee asked at this point, but she says that she.
I would say probably none. You know, as much as we laugh about these kinds of things on YouTube and when we make jokes and that's that sort of stuff, an attorney or a trustee is going to be taking their job very seriously. Part of what the trustee's job to do is sort of separate the wheat and the chaff. And that's what she's trying to get out of Lynette, is because everything that she's feeding her is a bunch of chaff. If she's sitting there going, well, Jeremy did this and this, and she's trying to retry a case and the trustee doesn't care. The trustee, that's all chaff. That doesn't matter. Okay, here, what is the status of this case? This is what the trustee wants to know. The trustee is saying, listen, I've got a very limited time. You've got a very limited time to tell me all of the information that I want to know. It does not matter if who's suing who. None of that matters. No, it doesn't matter who's right. Doesn't matter who is wrong. That's not why you're here. You're not trying this case. And this is why Felisa fails at so much of this shit, is because she doesn't understand. They've already been found guilty of contempt of court in Ohio. They have already been found to be breaking the protective order in Ohio. They have already screwed up in Ohio. All of that stuff has already been adjudicated. The stuff that they're wanting to bring up in Ohio is done, over with. They've been found wanting. Here's what this whole anti-what-the-hell's ecosystem wants to keep trying this case over and over and over and over again, of stuff that is already been adjudicated. It's already done. It's already over. It's the same way with her restraining order against Jeremy, where she dismissed that case. It's over. She lost. It's no different than Lips's lawsuit against Jeremy, me, Megan, JJ Bean. She lost. She pulled out of the case because she knew that she couldn't win. It's over. It's done. It's not going forward. End of story. That's the same way with what's happening in Ohio. They tend to think that this is some ongoing case. The only ongoing case in Ohio is the fact that they keep breaking the restraining order. And if the judge comes back and says, yes, they've been found guilty of breaking the restraining order, and here is what the outcome of this is going to be. This is how I'm ruling on it. The only way these two will come to understand that they are doing wrong is a jail cell. That is the only way I believe they will understand the results from the court. That's a very big possibility. Like I said, we like to make jokes about it and laugh and try to find the humor in all of it. Same as I'm sure George and Jeremy are doing. They're trying to lighten up a little bit on it, because this has got to be just stressful. Knowing that these people can bring harm to you and Levy County isn't going to do anything. That these people have been able to come in, destroy their businesses, and they can't get any relief for it. and they'll double down, and they'll continue doing the same thing until, like Spawn Trooper said, until they're sitting behind a jail cell. Will they maybe understand that what they're doing is wrong? You know, for them, it's all fun and games until like the rubber actually hits the road, and then they go, "Oh well, I mean, how can I be wrong? Oh, it's a bad system." I mean, you got Fleece out here bragging about she's going to sue everybody. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just collecting information to sue. That's because you don't have anything to sue anybody over. You're just looking for an excuse to create content because your shit sucks and it's failing. Just about like everything else you seem to touch in life, in my opinion, you fail at everything. But hey, you know, go do your little PR thing. You know, whatever it is that you're doing. I mean, it seemed to be working really good for you. You managed to scam, you know, $100,000 out of your friends and neighbors. You know, makes you should be proud of yourself. Not too many people actually get away with that. I can think of a few people that didn't get away with it. That's the facts, Jesse. Can't carry a tune in a tin can. Well, I can't. I've never been able to carry a tune in a tin can either. That's a good thing. But I will say that there is, you know, this trustee is trying to get to the bottom of all of her schedules. This is what this meeting was over. It was about schedules. It is there. She's going, listen, these schedules are not correct. You had until you were supposed to have this stuff in, you know, saran wrap in December. I asked you for this information to fix the schedules. And guess what? Dumbass, you still haven't fixed the schedules. And you know, and here's the thing that they're failing to understand. If they don't get the schedules fixed, does that get them out of this? Because they seem to think that, well, if the case is dismissed, then that gets us out of this. No, because then you open it up for the creditors to come after their money aggressively. Every single one of them. It also opens you up to even more lawsuits. Lynette, if you let this shit go by the wayside and you don't get this stuff completed and that stay is lifted, I would almost bet that there's already in place to move forward on the other cases. And they will move so blindingly fast that you're not even going to know what the hell hit you, because you only had one more shot at it. And guess what happens whenever all that shit goes belly up? So they put themselves in a big bind, a really big bind, because if they manage to get this case thrown out, the trustee says, yeah, this Chapter 7 bankruptcy, it ain't happening. I don't think she will, but if she says you haven't filed the proper schedules and we're going to dismiss the case, you will not be able to file another one for quite some time. Did they tell you that? So if you're thinking that that's what you're going to do and just say, hey, you know, we're going to let this sort of fall off to the wayside, we'll just not do everything, they'll dismiss us from this bankruptcy. And no, that's not how it works. See, then you get in all kinds of trouble with the federal government, because now they're wanting, they have information that you haven't reported your taxes for years on a 501c3. Like all these bad things that will happen whenever that little house of cards that the flea is built for you and Bubbles is built for you and Paint Chips and all these other idiots out there, that this little house of cards it's going to come crashing down. It's going to come crashing down hard on you. And there's not going to be any way out of it. Oh, you'll sit there and try to blame Jeremy for it, try to grift more money off of it, but that's whenever people see that the truth that you were just doing this to delay, well, guess what? All those other cases open up. And then you haven't filed anything that was asked for discovery in Fed 1. What do you think happens there? What do you think happens with those other cases, like the trespass case, and those all of a sudden get brought up? Those go full bore again, and then they'll hold a hearing on how much they're going to sanction you, and you won't have bankruptcy quite some time to back that up. And that'll move quick. If you thought, see, you weren't expecting it to move that quick whenever that stay got lifted, because, well, Saran Wrap was screwing up. We're screwing around. As soon as that bankruptcy got lifted, guess what they did? They started filing motions to get the ball rolling, because it proves that they're not doing it for just clicks and views. What they're doing it for is to get some relief. But I guess you like being in Jeremy's life, don't you? That's why you have to keep screwing around. So desperate, so desperate. And I mean, the Flea, she wants to be Megan Fox, and in the worst possible way. This is what she is after. She is so jealous of anybody that's done something successful, because, you know, she's looking at her whatever that is, her wife, whatever, looks at that and goes, oh, he works so hard. How old is he, and how long do you think he can continue on like that? How long do you think he can continue just out there mowing lawns? How's his insurance? Oh, and then he's got that little, felony problem. Yeah. What do you think happens whenever he tries pulling that shit again? How many times has he pulled that shit? But hey, you're happily in the same poop bucket with him, so I bet that just makes you just as proud and as happy as can be. The smoke habit he gets railed on. Yeah. I mean, I just look at it and I'm like, man, you're pretty miserable. You live next to people that you don't like, and you'll harass them, and yeah. But hey, you know what it's like to be a millionaire, right? You know what it's like to see all this money. You know what it's like to be great. Oh, that's awesome. Colleen says, Jeremy found a few thousand in cash today. She's probably frothing at the mouth. Oh, Colleen, I bet she is. She was like, I can get my hands on that. Thank you, Colleen, for the super chat. That is a $10 super chat. It is always appreciated. Thank you very much. Venom bites off my thumbs. I have to type with my little fingers then, but hit the thumbs up first tonight. That's right. That was a stack. I haven't seen it yet. I've been busy today. Like I said, I had something to do earlier tonight. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make it, and then pup was part of that agenda that had to be taken care of. So if you're not subscribed and like the content, it's free to subscribe. Absolutely. That is so right. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. And with that, I think we're going to end here tonight. We will finish this off possibly this weekend. I do have some plans for something this weekend. We'll see how it goes. I've got quite a bit to work on. And Venom knows what I'm talking about, what I want to be working on, and it's going to be good. mean, I can give you a hint. But nah, I'll just save it. I'll save it. And everybody, you have a wonderful night. And I don't know where I'll send you, but wherever I send you, it will be glorious because that's how I am. Well, most of the time. No, don't tell. Venom is just like, yeah, she whenever she saw whenever I told her what I was planning on working on, she's like, ooh, don't tell. Don't tell. It's too good. It is too good. And it's going to be a blast. But tomorrow morning, I will be on with Mo in the Deep End on her channel. We do a Friday morning stream on her channel. Then we come over here at about 8 o'clock at night. We do a pre-stream before we all go over and hang out with the expert, and that's just a big hangout. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be an absolute blast. And that's what I've got for you. But this weekend, we'll see how everything goes. And it looks like, yeah, we've got the wonderful laid back late night with the Broken Baker. I will send you guys over to go see him. Show him some love. Show him you care. And I think that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you. See you very, very soon. Peace.
Breaking news or whatever. They're on another one. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, gang, emergency Zoom film at 11. Same 5 goons, same deranged obsession. This changes everything. Bro, it's page 47 of emotion they skin while half watching Yellowstone. Gang, gang. Squinting at 8-point font like detectives. Zoom so far and the pixels are screaming for mercy. Look at this, timestamp 2022, my God. But they're yelling it like they just cracked Watergate. High five. Mike's been muted for 20 minutes, still barking. Circular logic, so a lot of time to seem impressive. Trust the plan, this is massive. Nah, fam, it's boilerplate and it's mid at best.
Gang, gang. Self-appointed outrage, swap patting each other like they personally ended corruption. Gang. Dropping bombshell tea that's been sitting in pizza since breakfast. Gang, gang. Moral high ground, speed run, they'll flip the script the second it's convenient. Gang.
Same PowerPoint presentation, new day, same brain dead narration.
Gang, gang.
We're not obsessed, we're just passionate. 3-hour living yesterday's hoodie, passion in my ass. Why is he even breathing right now? Says the guy refreshing notifications every 14 seconds. Gang, gang. Playing lawyer on God mode, reading comprehension. Stuck in elementary, confidence in the stratosphere, case dismissed. They're screaming to the void, motion still pending but go off I guess.
Disagree? Obviously a paid shill. Actually read the filing, deep state plan. Laugh at them, you're clearly compromised too. Exist in the same zip code, suspicious behavior. Notify the group chat. Gang, 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 gang.
Tighter circle, smaller brain.
Gang, gang.
Echo chamber finally running out of oxygen. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, gang, acting the actual judge like it's group chat. Replay all meltdowns, labeled just asking questions. Got warned by the core ones, that was a suggestion. Still get it the same screed like it's strictly trash talk. Gang, gang, we're above all this drama. While screenshotting, they on meltdown for content. Preaching peace and love while actively baiting bears. And fake shock when the bear finally bites back. How could this happen?
Gang, gang.
Synchronized tantrum hours. 5 tabs open, all the same screenshot. Different zoom levels, gang, gang. Premature victory lap over legal language, still can't pause.
Gang, gang.
Standing 10 toes on business until tomorrow's filing, send them scrambling again.
Gang, gang.
Hype the claim to the moon, then ghost the chat when it ages like milk. Gang, gang.
Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang.
Refresh. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang, gang.
See y'all same time tomorrow.
Gang, gang.
Don't be late.
See you guys soon.